3 long days, some I don't know. It takes a little more than what you show, and that's yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Welcome to Bobby Finn Knows Everyone, part of the Pull Tab Sports family. I am Bobby Finn. Along with me, my co-host, Tom Lord. How are you, Tommy?
Hey, what's up, Bobby Finn?
What's up? What's up?
Bobby Finn knows
also,
everyone.
we got one of Iowa's finest, Ryan Naatjes. How are you, Nacho?
I'm great. I just drove up here today.
With me.
With you.
He drove up all the way from
Stillwater.
via Iowa.
It's
13
actually
years
over
ago.
here because it's going west.
It
but
is over
yes,
there.
Yeah, but good to have you, buddy. Good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Nacho's an all-star.
He is. He's got to be one of Iowa's. Are you in the Hall of Fame at Iowa?
No.
You're not?
No.
Bullshit. Are you in the
Not even a household
Okoboji?
name.
Are you in Okoboji? You're 168th on the all-time scoring list for basketball.
Wait, what?
Yes.
168th.
All-time forever. And that's Naismith.
Who was the guy last year or 2 years ago, the Iowa shooting superstar? This guy is the best shooter.
Was
of all
that
time.
Bohannon maybe at Iowa?
Yeah, it was Iowa. It was the Iowa kid. Yeah, superstar.
But high school all-time scoring, I mean, that's impressive. Good for you. That's awesome.
I got to shoot a lot.
You know?
Were you a
Then I had a
shooter?
heck of a staff with me. You know, the four other guys that were with me basically did everything.
That is exactly what your agent told you to say.
He's like, he goes, the four of the other.
Seriously.
What he wanted to say is,
give me a
the
break.
four of the other guys with me.
Thanks for farming.
Fed me
I
the
just
ball
dunked
the
the
whole
shit out of
time.
everything.
I want to thank the four of the other guys with me for always feeding me the ball.
Yeah.
It was
The
awesome.
other 10 that were sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
What
Steve
he's
Nash
a
made a
humble dude.
career out of
Yes.
that, right?
Yes.
He's a humble
He was a
dude.
stud.
Speaking of all-stars, did our friend from the Twins get shafted for the MVP of the All-Star game?
I think he did. I think he he had a home run too, but
He
he
did,
made a
yep.
freaking awesome catch.
Yep.
I mean, he's more flashy. The goddamn Yankees, God, they suck. They just burn our ass all the time. All the time it sucks. No matter what. I mean, we were talking the pucker factor last time. F you, Yankees.
F you, Yankees.
What do you think, Notch?
I'm with you. Ultimately, I didn't watch the All-Star game, but I heard about it and thinking, Buxton probably one of the best players in the game right now, obviously,
Except for his batting average.
except for his batting average.
What's his batting
Today,
average? Does it suck?
It might be
it's
120.
rough. Yeah.
But the other guy that was an all-star has Tony Gwynn numbers, right?
Yeah, Arias. Yeah, he's
First baseman. Yeah.
He play anywhere. That guy's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Buxton has the X factor. He's that guy that hits the
tool.
home run. He hits the home run when you need it. Makes these diving catches when you need it, and you can count on him.
You made it way further than we did in sports, we'll get
Like
into
coaching in the NBA.
it. No, I don't know if you're a good coach or not.
Hold on.
that answer.
You were great to my kid, but I'm not quite sure. We'll get into that. But
Dude, I was fourth line Park High School hockey. Let's freaking calm down a second.
And you would have mattered to me.
Right?
You would have.
Oh, God. What a guy.
he would have worked you. Yeah, you'd have been on, third line, swing line.
If I knew anything about hockey.
That was not good enough. Okay, hold on. Before we go, this is going to be a crazy episode. I already feel it. I feel the energy in the room. I feel it in my plums.
This is going to happen, man.
Okay, before we go too deep, Giancarlo Stanton, is he 9 feet tall?
It's unbelievable.
Okay, in the All-Star game, which maybe you didn't watch, but you got Steve Garvey, you got Billie Jean King, and you got, I can't remember who the announcer was, who's also a baseball player. They're like, okay, and the MVP goes to Giancarlo Stanton, walks up, and he is 3 feet taller than everybody else.
When the galaxy of stars
Look at how tall he is. He should be in Game of Thrones,
Is
one of the
that-
giants.
Is that Aaron Judge?
He's
Stand there.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
He's 2 heads taller than the people. Steve Garvey could live inside of his body.
He could live inside of his body.
MVP award winner Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh my God. He's 6'12".
Do you think
That
he
would
has
be 7.
platform shoes on?
I don't know, but I fucking hate the Yankees.
I do too.
God, it
It
pisses me
was
off.
so weird. I was like, That's what we're coming to as a society. Are we just building giants?
He's got a cannon arm, absolute cannon, if he gets to the ball.
If
You
is he
got
slow?
Buxton. He can't be fast. Well, you can,
I don't
but
know.
he's too big and he doesn't, but he hits bombs.
He does. hit
Buxton
bombs.
should have had that MVP.
I think
To see how happy he
obviously they
was.
gave it to the New York guy because he's a New York guy, and they're like, all right, there's how many million people live in New York City, and there's 45 people who live in Minnesota, and the number's decreasing by the day.
But yeah, they're all moving to Florida.
I think it's voting.
Texas.
I think it's voting.
You think it's voting?
Yeah, might have been a voting.
Yeah. So
snag.
that was, I was going to say, that's an interesting aspect to it. The other thing that we got going on, did you see, what's his face? Kyler Murray has a clause in his contract. You're a football
hilarious.
guy, Nacho. He's got a clause in his contract that says you have to study 4 hours of game film a day.
No,
Or
not a day.
A week.
A week.
And you also can't play video games when people are freaking talking.
You can't watch TV or play video games.
When we have team meetings going on.
Do you know what that means? You can't.
doesn't
be
give a shit.
cancer. Yes, you can't.
He is a cancer.
Cancer in the locker room.
Didn't they want to get rid of him?
Ugh.
Yes, they did. But I think they were pot committed. They have to, they have to go with it now. They're screwed. They hope he grows up, I think.
Yeah, they have no other choice. Why is
Right.
there such a quarterback shortage right now in the NFL? It seems like, right? Like Baker Mayfield's like, yeah, I'm with you guys. Nope, you're not with us anymore. You're out. And then even Deshaun Watson, who's going to take his place, he's not even like, they're like, yeah, maybe we're not going to have Deshaun for 6 weeks.
Incredible athlete. How do you put him on the field?
Did you see who they just signed?
Who, Cleveland?
Rosen.
Mark?
Oh,
He's old.
Mark Rosen. No, they signed Rosen. He
They
was
were-
one of the top 10 picks in the
for
draft.
sure. Yeah.
Like only 5 years ago.
Oh, Sam Rosen.
Sam Rosen.
Sammy.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say
You
Mark.
just said
No.
Rosen. I said Mark, just to poke fun at you.
Attaboy. But yes, they signed Rosen.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I don't know.
Is he the one that's coming next for the team? I mean, is he the?
You might as well go Darren Sharper on Cleveland Cripes. No, I don't encourage that.
No.
But
So Nacho, let's talk about your athletic ability some more. You were you were an all-star basketball player for the South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
touchdown, Jackrabbits.
I don't know about all star, but maybe I don't know.
Top 50
in people's
in scoring?
eyes. In people's eyes.
Okay. I think that's pretty good, especially when like South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
Touchdown, Jackrabbits.
Touchdown,
Oh, yeah.
3-pointer Jackrabbits. What was your specialty? Were you you're kind of a tall guy,
Shooting
right?
guard.
You're a shooter,
Yeah.
shooting guard? Okay.
Yeah. So I was able to do both, shoot outside and bring somebody that was smaller
Yep.
into the post and
Yep.
do my stuff. Nice hat, buddy.
He
you-
throws on the Jackrabbits hat.
Did you
Cut to that.
Did
Here we
you
go.
just get that delivered to your house
I
today?
did not. No, I actually call on a company up in South Dakota or Brookings.
Yes.
That is
Maybe it's Daktronics.
huge. Huh, yeah.
Maybe it is.
I call on
can I say
Daktronics.
that?
Yes, you can. And I pulled this out in a meeting.
Kirkenbach. There's so many great people.
I had this in my back pocket in a meeting with the big guys there.
I love it.
And I just put it on. I go, touchdown, Jackrabbits.
What a great group. That was a wonderful time in my life, man.
So
I would,
you
would
went
never
from-
change it for anything.
You went from Iowa. You grew up in Iowa.
Yep.
Fantastic part of Iowa, Lake Okoboji.
There's nothing happening in Okoboji.
Yeah, I know, but
Bass
it is
fishing?
the,
How about bass fishing?
it's the Jane Mansfield of Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okoboji is
Jane
Brainerd's
Mansfield was
Jane
the
Mansfield.
smoke show that
Yes.
should have been the Marilyn
Yes,
Monroe.
it's
Okay.
a faster transit. There's less traffic. I mean, everything about it is fantastic. I love it.
All right. So best kept secret in America. I think it's the most wonderful place in the world. And I'm lucky to grow up there, but I'm also lucky to be alive today, because of it. But man, it was like Fort Lauderdale of Iowa is the place where people come from all over the world, all
Didn't
over
Playboy have it on?
Yeah, Playboy was top 10, like during my younger years. So I
Were
don't
you a
know
part of
anything
that?
about that. But yeah, they were always recognized as one of the top 10 places to hold 4th of July. And it's amazing down there.
Did you blow off a lot of fireworks there?
Yeah, fair amount.
Yeah.
So you, a great basketball player as a high school kid. You had to be pretty good to make it to South Dakota State. You got picked up by the Jackrabbits.
Mm-hmm.
You have other options on the table. What were you thinking at the time? Were you like, oh my God, I'm going to like blow up this league?
Well, I would say this. My first visit to South Dakota State was the greatest experience I had as a high school kid.
Yeah.
As a senior in high school. And, you know, that town, that community just felt very similar to how I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of knew that after the first visit. A couple of the coaches would come and watch in the summertime and watch me play basketball, at the different parks around that Okoboji area, AAU games and whatnot. And, you know, of course, I loved the coaches. The second I showed up on campus, the assistant coach that was recruiting me had already left. So I was kind of like, man, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Well, so Chris White was my roommate for 2 years. Anyway, one of the greatest basketball players, the greatest basketball player I ever played against or with, you know, in practice, he could do everything. And of course that was Michael Jordan era. And I'm like, man, this guy could play with Michael Jordan any day. And he could. So he was a first team.
There is no way he could play with Michael Jordan.
Dude, I'm telling you, he was amazing.
Oh God, I wish Michael Jordan was on here right now.
I do.
What's
too.
his name? Chris White?
Chris White.
Okay.
So first team All-American, but you know, he and I were like brothers.
Yeah.
And
I think, Bobby, going back to that, you see the NCAA tournament now and you get these kids from South Dakota State or you get these kids from small schools and you're like, oh my God, where'd this kid come from? That kid's amazing. They didn't have that back then. They didn't have the exposure.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the Twitters and the TikToks and all that. I don't doubt that.
Chris White was he was from Hammond, Indiana. And
If this was, I apologize for interrupting. If this was K-Fan, you'd be on a preposterous statement.
is that right?
No, I'm buying what you're selling, Nacho.
So he's from Indiana.
I'm buying what you're
From
selling.
Indiana, and had all kinds of places to go. And ironically enough, he and I both chose South Dakota State same years. He was a junior college transfer, and I came in as a freshman. And like I said, it was kind of like we did everything together. And then, of course, he left. A couple other teammates of mine that made such an impact in how I played basketball
Right.
back then. But Jermaine Showers and it just
They ever call him Golden?
No, we never had that golden shower experience.
Bobby's nickname for him.
Fantastic. But he's from Racine. I just had a great time there.
Yeah. Great. Well, I think we have some footage of you playing a little b-ball, right?
I hope not.
Come on. I think this is, well, we'll throw this up.
That's freaking fantastic.
What is this one? Oh, I know it.
Checking this out. Yeah, look at that. Where are you at? What number are you? Right here?
14.
14,
Yeah.
baby. Look at that. Oh, to the rim. Fist pump. You got
That's,
some pipes on you, too.
Yeah, there's Troy Bauman there, and Jermaine was number 20 that came in.
That's
after that.
fantastic.
Was this like Jackrabbit TV? Is this like,
This is their vault. This is one of their.
is that your buddy right there?
That's Jermaine Showers, yeah.
That's Jermaine Showers.
Yeah.
He took Jordan down. He definitely did, Bobby.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Hey, that finger roll is so pretty.
Finger
George Gervin be
roll.
blushing.
In person, you wouldn't
Finger
believe
roll.
Yeah.
So what I love about Nacho, and this is why we had to have him on the pod, is that so I think we've all coached youth sports. We're youth sport coaches.
it. I love youth sports.
I do
It's
too.
how you grow.
Yeah,
It's
I
how you
agree.
start.
I agree. I had great coaches coming up. My dad was a youth sports coach, and I'm a youth sports coach. I've been coaching for 15, 18 years. I coached everything from hockey to baseball, even though my kid played 3 years. I coached lacrosse. Nacho, you coach football. You
And
coach basketball. He had the balls.
Oh, yes.
I'm saying balls.
I'm telling you, these kids, they matter. These kids matter more than the parents.
So we only knew each
be
other,
honest.
what, a month, maybe? Yes, not long. And
You're trying-
I liked you. Yeah,
a month-
obviously, you cared about my kid, and that was super cool. And
a month into this,
you
Bobby's
guys are-
saying, "Who is this guy?" Because he
What in the
has
fuck is he-
lost his marbles.
This is unbelievable.
And
I text
hammers.
him right away. I'm like, dude, you can't do
You guys
this.
are bearing the headline. Hold on.
Okay.
Nacho sends out an email to all the parents, hey, I'm sick of this. You guys are done. This is how we're running things from now on, and you got to stop with the complaining, stop with the bullshit. And how many youth sports coaches are like, hey everybody, no, Nacho's just like,
How many times have you wrote one?
I
and
wrote
then
a
deleted it?
lot.
And
And my
then
wife is
never
like,
sent.
don't send it. She's like, just don't send it. She's like, you'll feel better if you don't send it. He wrote it and he sent it and everybody respected it. He wrote
Well,
a
I don't
letter-
know if everybody respected it. There were certain people-
Everybody backed off.
Yeah,
I guarantee
it's
you
like,
that.
shut the fuck up. If you want to get involved, then get involved.
Yeah.
If you don't, then sit there. You were telling a story about people sitting on the sidelines when you don't even know how to coach lacrosse and they don't even want to help. It's not a babysitting factory. Get the hell off and help.
Oh yeah, I coached lacrosse when nobody knows anything about lacrosse, especially in Minnesota, and everybody be like, "Hey, well, what about this? How about that?" Or you get parents on the side like, well, I'm not going to help out. You're just can wrangle my kid around for the next hour and a half." I don't want to wrangle your kid. I just want to make sure everybody's having a good experience. But you get people complaining, you get people bitching, you get people saying the wrong things. He had enough, and he wrote a great
Was it
letter.
a masterpiece? Would you call it a masterpiece?
It was a masterpiece.
Nacho, I didn't know you. I barely know you. Fair enough, right?
Fair enough.
I saw that letter and I was like, oh my God.
Who
he
is
did
this
it.
guy?
He sent the letter. And we're going to throw that letter up. And should I just read the letter for
Do it,
the
'cause
people? And we'll get this letter up
It's
so you can read it.
fantastic.
while
I
we
want to
do
hear it in your voice. That's why.
it. Okay, here we go. Updates. Read the entire message. That right there is like, you got to finish
Attention,
this up.
please.
Yeah, attention, please. All right, we'll get through this quickly, buddy. I'm searching for a new team to play on Saturday as the Champlain Park team has COVID-19 has canceled the game. And this was a year ago or so, right?
Yep.
Okay. Believe it or not, I did not cause COVID-19 to happen in Champlain Park. So please, no hate mail, texts, or phone calls to me on this one. Out of my control. Haven't been to Champlain Park since 2018 or so. The proposed game will be at 11 a.m. Saturday against Frogtown Middle School. Blah, blah, blah. So coaches, the importance of recognizing the hard work and your effort of coaching staff has put into the season, and our players cannot be shared enough. He names the coaches. Thank you to all these coaches. Coaches don't get enough thanks, right? They get a lot of bitch. They don't get a lot of thanks.
For
okay?
sure.
He goes on to talk about a combine process because there were some coaches or some parents who thought there was
It
going to
was
be
tryouts.
a massive tryout during the middle of the season.
We haven't seen these kids in a year and a half because COVID shut the whole program down the year before. So, and everybody's growing at this age. So we had to figure out what we had.
Mm-hmm. But some parents wanted a tryout. They wanted a combine process.
They didn't want the tryout. They were concerned that it was a tryout. and because little Johnny would not make the tryout maybe. So we definitely were not excluding kids, but it was a combine just to see how fast kids were, how far they could jump, all that
Yeah,
combine
you just
stuff.
try and do a little evaluation of what do we got here.
But even at the end of the day, it wasn't really about it was about the experience these
Right.
kids got, because they see the combine on ESPN, with the NFL
Dude,
draft.
how many parents ask for their kids' time in the 40? Bobby's
Zero.
probably one of them.
I was like, what was that?
Maybe it was
I
Bobby.
got to put that on my NCSA.
Bobby was one of them.
What am I
Scouting
supposed to
report.
say?
Okay, back to the letter. Here we go. He talks to the parents. First, thank you to the parents who have helped in any manner or said any kind word so far this season. Your support has not gone unrecognized. Please keep up your positive energy for our boys and coaches. Love that, right? Secondly, to the parents that have made this one of the most miserable experiences for me in nearly 50 years of sports. Your valiant efforts have certainly not gone unrecognized as well. My point to this part of the message is directed to those that have given me the unforgivable, horrible experience. Until you have coached, assisted in coaching, played these sports, play them at a high level, understand the dynamics of organizing game schedules with several schools, pulling the permit to play at every field location, communicating with the assignment coordinator of officials, just to name a few, would be wise to hold off on your thoughts to be a great parent who supports your son. Again, you have no clue who you are talking to or what you are talking about.
Love it.
I listen to you. I come back harder with more vengeance than you can imagine. Like it or not, I am your head coach, and I'm honored to work with your son and will do everything I can to make this a great season for every player, coach, and parent that supports us. That's my dedication simply. There's plenty more to deliver, but I will wait for the ones that want to still come at me individually. Come at me, bro. I love it.
Come at me.
Oh my God. FYI, I have more endurance than you could ever even wonder. I wish you luck. You just let him have it. In closing, here you go. FYI, I have more endurance than you would care to even wonder. I wish you luck. In closing, I am forfeiting my coaching salary this weekend as I feel it is unnecessary to take this obscene pay for what I have contributed to our team thus far. I will get better. We will get better. Who knows? You might find yourself liking me by the end of the season. Perhaps there is a slim chance I might like you too. Yours, Coach Ryan.
Hey,
Oh
I
my
was
God.
I was 100% sober when I wrote it. Just so you know.
That's unbelievable. I would have been drunk as shit. when I
Oh
wrote
my
that.
God. I had my heart rate was like screaming. And the words say it all.
They said it. They said it. I think we've all been there, like you said.
Closed circuit to everybody listening. There is no pay for coaches
There's
at
no
your
pay.
level.
It was a joke.
Yeah, and you're not getting paid anything for helping these kids, for volunteering your crazy amount of time. You've had enough.
I had enough, man. So
Those
you
are-
wouldn't believe the support I got, which was not what I was looking for. I was looking for delivering a message and shutting people up.
It's like, don't hurt any other coaches, right?
Right.
I mean, this is
Come
ridiculous.
at me.
Your
This
kids-
is my deal.
Yes.
Just if you got something with me, then let's go.
They don't they don't really realize how much time and effort you put into it.
You know, practice schedules are a long. I mean, you got to.
You're not making it up as you go.
No,
I mean, you're spending hours all the time, before every practice and before every game, understanding what you're supposed to do all the time, and then to have the balls, the cojones you did, that's fantastic. God
Well,
damn.
one of the things I wanted our boys to focus on is the visual of them winning a state championship, and I truly believe our boys can do it. I do, and you know, we'll see at some point in time. But this point is, I care about them so much that their parents are killing it. Like they're maybe it's best just to let them
No,
see
fuck
it
that.
practice.
Fuck that. So tell them to go fuck themselves.
And if you're
give me a
hearing
break.
this,
This
if
is
you're
so
hearing
dumb.
this, imagine what they're hearing on the car right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. The kids are like, your coach is horseshit.
Yes.
You know, your coach, your 4 or 5 coaches we had. Oh my God. They don't know enough. They're not handing the ball off to Johnny enough. Or why didn't you play safety this in the fourth
that
quarter
game
or
or-
whatever. And you know, here's what I would say to all of this. Coaches can just coach and coach and coach, put their time in. It's honorable. We need people in these kids in sports. I mean, I don't care what sport it is.
Mm-hmm.
They need to. There's so many distractions than when we grew up, right?
Right.
But these parents like that, like they
It's
did
a
with me.
drama
They
stuff.
did with me. They pushed me out. I couldn't take it anymore. I mean, I honestly, at the end of the year,
when you're playing,
when I was coached,
probably
and
when you're playing too, they didn't want you to be on the
well,
field
they
anymore.
never wanted me out there. But when I coached, and I was real hard. I was kind of old school, almost too old school, and I kind of get that. But at the end of the year, I mean, I think the team, and it wasn't an A team, it was a B team. But at the end of the year, I think the girls went like 34-3. And I know, but
Are you kidding me?
The one team we lost 3 times. And we beat them twice, right? But they were good. We were good.
So you get fired on that
No,
in college football?
Oh yeah, yeah, no shit, right? Not at LSU.
No.
But you try to have conversation. You try to be an adult with these kids and try to help them become an adult, right? A contributing to society adult. But you have conversation with them and you say, hey, you see a kid a little bit, off or whatever, and you say, hey, you know what? eat the right way, work out, stay freaking focused. I mean, you're phenomenal. You're the best, this and that, whatever. You try to encourage them, but try to guide them in a way that's going to help them. Because yes, maybe they see it at home, maybe not. So you're trying to be somebody to help them be a better person, right?
Right.
Well, I've always thought that sports teaches you everything.
Everything.
It does,
Everything.
and it gives you good
Failure,
friendships.
it's everything.
Yeah.
It teaches you everything.
Right. It's a great thing to be involved with.
Negatives, positives, friendships, everything. How to treat each other, knowing somebody's got your back, everything.
Yeah.
But I told this kid this, and their parents thought I told this kid that she was fat. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what you took out of this? I just don't think getting ice cream at 2 a.m. is the right thing to do.
Right. You're just saying,
Yes.
watch what you put in your body,
Right.
watch how you work out.
You have so
be
much
a-
potential.
yes, be a good-
You're such
be
a good
athlete.
kid.
I say
You
that
work hard.
In between every game, I
do
say the same
everything.
thing.
And I'm like,
Eat right, drink
Finn.
right. Yeah.
Bobby Finn, did they ask you if you were a nutritionist?
No, they looked
I
at
think
me
your
and said,
parents may have told you that.
but seriously, I was like, what the hell? I mean,
know,
like, are
I
you
know.
kidding me? I do all of these things to help your kid be as good as they can be. And this is what you take out of it? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm
It's
telling
so
you,
dumb.
athletes, fuel in, fuel out.
Right.
You drink shit, you play like shit.
Yeah. Right. In between games,
Eat shit.
especially. So was there something in this letter or something before this letter that set you over the top? You're just like, I can't, God.
I had some candid conversations on the phone with a couple of the parents, and then one parent that unnamed, of course, but just set me off with this. Ultimately, kid should have never been on a football field. Never ever should have been there. And I'm like, what do I do with this? Now I have the parent on me about this. So I stopped it. I squashed it and never happened again. That person never called. Nothing.
As much as you want to say, okay, Johnny, go play quarterback, go play running back.
We had this conversation.
You don't want them
Put
to
Johnny
get hurt.
in. Put Johnny in and
And they're
see
going to
what
get
happens.
They're going to get hurt.
Right.
I'm not kidding you. I mean, it takes a lot for kids to avoid contact at times where somebody is trying to murder them. And that's what football is. Football is
It's
not just
tough.
about contact. And you can have the positive coaching alliance and all that. Dan Smoot,
Yep.
I love you.
Love you, Dan.
But kids are trying to hit you as hard as they can. And not just kids. I mean, watch the pros.
Well, right.
Steve Atwater, love him. They're trying to hit you.
These kids at freshman, 8th grade year, which is the year we were talking about here, they are starting to be massive dudes.
And you get the puberty.
Absolutely.
So you get a kid.
You got
Jimmy's
an
mom wants you to
emotional
play.
content to this. You got a physical content to it. And it can go really bad really quick for somebody.
And you don't want that. And that's your job as the head of it all. And
Part of the
coach,
reason why we had Combine.
try
Let's put
to
people
put
in
these
positions so they don't get murdered.
Right.
Or is that a bad?
But no, I mean,
Destroyed.
and what you're saying
figure of
is
speech, right?
it was the parents or the players who gave you the most grief?
Oh, the parents. None of
How
the
were
kids.
the kids?
These kids that we have are amazing kids.
That one kid very rarely played, and he was the most positive influence on
He broke his arm
everybody on
and
the
he
team.
showed up to the last 3 games of the year.
It was awesome every time. I mean, he was encouraging everybody all the time, every
That
game.
is what sports
he's the
are
one-
about.
Yes, he's the one you want on every team. I don't care how good you are, how bad you are. He's the kid you want on every team. He was happy. He was positive, even when he wasn't playing. It was freaking. I'm like, who is this kid? And I love
happy-
him.
You know what? There's a slogan. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
He is happy to be here and working out with these boys.
that was awesome. Yeah, it was super awesome. But
Well, I love
His
the
parents
letter.
are amazing too, by the way.
I love the letter.
yeah,
How many times have you written that letter and you're like, I'm not sending this out?
My best buddy from high school owns a newspaper down in Okoboji. And he's like, dude, this is publishing material right now. And I'm like, I don't know about putting my name on this, but
Well, parents need to step
John
back and
Hancock.
calm down or help out themselves. Like volunteer, be a part of it. You're looking out for the best for these kids.
I encourage every parent that has a kid that's young right now, young meaning 3rd grade or 2nd grade or whatever, be part of that, be part of their sports, encourage it. I don't care what sport it is, but just get them doing it.
Yeah.
And many, not just one. Get them doing hockey. Get them doing lacrosse. Get them
Everything.
doing football.
It doesn't matter what sport it is.
Basketball, whatever.
But when you're not, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, if you want a say, be on a board, be part of it, be a volunteer, because volunteering takes time, takes effort. It's not just showing up and recreating it's about preparing the right way to give these kids the best opportunity you can. And God, I was like, holy shit, did he just write this? It was unbelievable.
Was that the beginning of our true friendship?
I think I liked you before, but after that, I was like, holy shit.
When I read the letter, I thought it was about Bobby himself. I was like, hey, this Bobby's being aggressive on the sidelines.
Hey, for the record, Bobby never wrote a letter or not a letter, but a call or anything about this. But
Bobby's aggressive on the sidelines. He's pissed that his kid's not playing as much. Connor can be freaking. I coach Connor too. Connor can be a little crazy. Can be a little wild.
Fantastic kid, man. An athlete.
Oh, Nacho treated him so
10.
good. It was great.
I want to talk about another athlete who goes a little bit crazy. Kyrgios from the Wimbledon.
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. Did I say Wimbledon?
Yeah.
Wimbledon. But before that, I want to talk about Joe Mama Salsa.
Joe Mamas.
They support youth sports. And I don't know if you know much about Joe Mama Salsa, but started by a couple guys down by my neck of the neighborhood.
Okay.
Neck of the neighborhood. And they do it right. So Joe Mama's is awesome. It starts a little sweet, starts a little tart. It's a little like sweet, and then you take a little dip, and then you're like, bang, get that flavor kick in, you get that little fire kick in. It's really good. They call
Do you
it
know
the
what I
flavor
like
wave.
about that?
What's that?
I like it. I like that canning jar.
It's
I like the way that jar sits.
I love the mango
Isn't that
habanero.
cool?
The mango habanero
It's
is really
fantastic.
good. It's really good. And so they're helping out youth sports. They're doing a lot with fundraising and helping kids afford sports, pay for sports. So they're doing a fundraising program where you get jars of salsa and you go out and you sell it, and it's going to be great. They want to be the official salsa of hockey, which I think is really cool. And we all love hockey here. It's delicious. They've got Mama's Baby, Mama's Original, Pineapple Mango, Roasted Garlic, and Smoking Hot Mama. It's really good. It kicks in just at the right time. I love it because, like I said, it's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit hot, and it's delicious. So support your local salsa. You could get Chi-Chi salsa, and you could get whatever else salsa. It's not as good as Joe Mama's, and this place is this salsa is made by folks who know Minnesota, know Minnesota sports.
They care about it.
They care about Minnesota sports. So check it out. They're at Cub Foods. You can buy it at Cub Foods. And if you want to get involved with the fundraising, email fundraising@joemamas.com, and you can learn more about it, and you can start selling it, and you keep 50% or more of the proceeds for your sports team.
That's awesome.
So how
That's
great
fantastic.
is that? Yep. So how great is that? So
They're
check out
such
Joe
good
Mamas.
guys. I mean, those guys are great guys. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, Joe Mamas, I mean, the guys that started that, obviously, you kind of grew up with them, right?
Wayne Camper, yep, for
Yeah,
sure. And Timmy
Wayne
Roach.
and Roach and
Yep.
you know, those guys are fantastic
people.
guys. Really, really
Yep,
caring people.
For sure.
So having them come out with something so good, why the hell wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Crazy not to.
Yep. So the guy at Wimbledon,
Yes.
Kyrgios, he spazzes.
Oh
like
my
he's
God.
John McEnroe times 10.
Can I just say
But he had I don't know why he did it.
I think
Can-
he does it
can I
because that's
say
the only
this?
way he plays good.
he's fired up. He's motivated by that.
That's motivation?
It is for
Being
himself.
insane?
He spat in his own bed. Okay.
What does that
He
mean? Out of his
literally
wiener?
spat in his own bed.
Out of his wiener or his mouth?
Well, the crew that's in the box was the family, his own family. He's like, dude, is there a better stage than this? Because if there is, let me know. And he's in.
That's what he said.
He's in set number.
What do you want more than this?
What do you want more than this?
Do I not entertain you? That's what he needed to be.
Is it unreal?
We'll throw up some video on the podcast, but he yells at the judges the entire time. He yells at he doesn't have a coach because his coach doesn't want to deal with this crap.
Yep.
That's your story right there.
Yep. It's passion.
He doesn't want to deal with he yells at his family. His family's there and his supporters are there. And
They didn't know what to say.
They came from miles and miles away.
But they didn't know what to say when he, like you're saying, they're looking at him like,
They're still clapping.
what in the? What in the hell are you talking about
Is
right
there
now?
more that we can give?
The royal family's there watching him because it's Wimbledon. And
Was Meghan Markle there?
Meghan Markle is not there, but what's her name? Princess Kate? What do we call her? I'm not a royal person.
I'm not
My wife
quite
is.
sure anymore.
Prince
The Duchess of
Henry?
Hotness.
Yes.
Yeah, they're watching, and he's throwing out F-bombs. He's like, that ball was out.
It was
What
clearly
are you
out.
looking at? What are you looking at? How do I do this?
McEnroe all over, isn't
Oh,
it?
he's times
But
20.
McEnroe
times
was
20,
more. I
you're
think
right.
McEnroe was calculated. I think this guy's more insane.
He's
I think
more
he's
insane.
insane.
But
I-
I think he has more passion than anybody out there.
Well,
in-
you can,
in
you can
tennis.
freaking paint a pig up too. But holy shit!
I think he does it because he gets fired up and he plays better when he's fired up.
How'd he
I think
do?
that's the only reason. He lost the championship.
Yeah.
He lost the finals to Djokovic.
But he has more endorsements than anybody in the history anymore.
He looks
after
like a football
that.
player. He
After
looks
that.
like a linebacker.
He's a strong dude. Very
Oh, he looks like a
physical-looking dude.
star. Like he's got the Nike bill flipped up.
You
and
think he got
the-
more endorsements?
Oh, I'm watching
Hey,
him from now on.
Trust me. Mark my words.
Should we have him on?
Mark my words.
He is sweet, but he's
Just
an
trust
asshole.
me. Mark my words. He's going to play for the Vikings in 2024.
Oh yeah, so did Brock Lesnar.
he also said, so he's at a press conference afterwards, and he's in some animal show on the pod. He talks to some, okay, next question from you over here. And she asks a question. He's like, you were at the pub last night. You were with me at the bar
Oh,
last
is
night.
that right?
Yes. He
That's
calls her out.
awesome.
And he's like, that woman in the front row, she needs to get booted. She needs to get out. She's wasted right now, dude. She's wasted right now, bro.
That
She
is
needs to leave.
awesome.
She's like 80 drinks in. He is so funny to watch, but I hate him and I love him, but it's great for sports.
Oh my gosh, it's great for tennis. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely is.
Yeah.
And Djokovic smoked him, and he didn't smoke him, but they got to the finals and he beat him. And
Do you think there's ever going
Djokovic
to be?
was nice to him at the end, but
Do you
he's
think
like,
he'll
"Hate
ever
that
smash
dick."
Djokovic with a racket or anything?
I think he's not going to be able to keep it in his head.
5%?
I think he's going to be
5%
so out of
chance?
control. Okay, one other thing I want to talk about is Paddy the Baddy. Do you watch this guy?
The
UFC,
monster.
the
He's-
UFC dude?
Yeah.
Paddy Pimblett is a superstar. So if you watch UFC,
Can I interrupt?
Yes, please.
Is he the silent assassin?
I don't think he's silent. He runs his mouth 24/7.
Okay. Because he was quiet. Up
Watch
through all-
this.
No, that's not the same guy.
Is
Is
this the same guy?
No.
No, because Paddy the Baddy.
Was
he's
he
got-
the one that removed the hand on the handshake?
Yes.
Yes.
So watch
This is the guy. Okay.
Yeah.
okay,
So watch this.
He
He
can't be
goes. He
silent.
goes to the weigh-in against this dude from the U.S. Right, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going? Let's handshake." Psych. Not gonna do it.
Oh, my
I think it's,
God.
hey,
He's
what's
just-
up? He looks like Johnny Lawrence, and he's just like tuned up. He's got the barstool guys behind him, right? And people wear like blonde wigs because they love him. Okay, and then he gets in the ring. Watch this. He chokes this dude out. I'll play it. He chokes this dude out. Right? And this guy does not want to lose to Paddy the Baddy. And he's just a little scrawny dude. Taps him out, and then watch it. He teabags him. He does the teabag move.
Jeez.
He teabags him.
Well, here's the deal. You
Yep.
can't- It's not like you can go beat the guy's ass because he just beat your ass.
Right.
So if he teabags
And the guy
you,
handshake, he
can't.
gave him a big handshake at the end. But what I love about it, so I'm like, I want this guy to lose so bad. At the end, they always do an interview with the winner. He gets on the microphone and he talks about a friend of his just died, committed suicide right before his weigh-in, and in his greatest Beatles accent, I want everybody. If you're feeling sad, if you're a man and you're sad and you're depressed, talk to somebody. I want you to reach out, share your story. Don't hold it in. Nobody should die because they're depressed. I'm like, oh my God,
That's solid.
He's sharing mental
Fucking
health
awesome.
stories. I kind of like him.
He's a very confident.
He's a new
thinker.
Conor McGregor.
He's a confident thinker, and
And he's Irish.
he's
Who
a
doesn't like the
warrior.
Irish?
My goodness.
Yeah. So
Speaking of the Irish, how about that?
keep
a
it
little more-
sorry.
Keeper's heart.
O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah,
So
O'Shaughnessy's.
you know the owner of O'Shaughnessy.
Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. That was a good time. We went over there beforehand and treated us.
We got to
well,
get him on,
and-
don't we?
Yeah.
Or well, I'm saying we because I'm
Yeah.
part of this every
Yeah, thanks for coming
every
on,
night,
coming
right?
here. You're not here all
From
the time.
here on, I am not here all the time.
We love you though.
I need to send my resume, put my resume in.
Get you on all the time.
Hey, let's get him on here.
Oh, absolutely. He needs to. Patrick and Paddy. Paddy, my boy.
Yep.
They want to get on.
Yep. We gotta also talk about Jimmy's. Okay, so Jimmy's has amazing coleslaw. Okay, and it's coleslaw season. I don't know if you guys are into coleslaw season, but I think now is the time to get your coleslaw ripping. Okay, Jimmy's is the place to do it. They even have a calculator online where you can mix the slaw and the sauce together. It's delicious. It's that time of year. So check out their website. They've got all sorts. They got original. They got pineapple, fat-free, and slaw is best. You buy a bag of cabbage. You add a half a jar of Jimmy's. You shake it up in that bag, and bang, bang, boom. You're going to love it. Jimmy's is fantastic. They even have slaw laws. Okay. So when you're serious about coleslaw like Jimmy's, you end up with some rules and regulations. They call them slaw laws. So if you're hosting a large group, consider using the coleslaw calculator. Okay. And the coleslaw calculator will tell you exactly how to make it. You add a dash of pepper. You add a little bit of cranberries, a little bit of craisins. What else do you like to add?
I like to have that baby carrot.
You like to have them baby carrots. You throw it in a bowl. It's delicious. I love Jimmy's coleslaw with the slaw on a buffalo chicken sandwich.
Ooh.
Little hoagie roll, a little buffalo chicken sandwich. It's delicious. They're kind of the mad scientists of coleslaw. I love it. They've got a little slogan called "Don't you be messing with the dressing." And I buy into it. Jimmy's has great slaw. They have great dips. Check them out. Get into it. They're a great sponsor of Pull Tab Sports. So thank you, Jimmy's.
Thank you, Jimmy's. And
Grandma used to say, "Don't mess with the recipe."
don't mess.
Yeah.
And I wish one of my favorite all-time bands would say, "Show the slaw." Don't know if that's going to happen, but
Show us.
we'll see.
Well, it's been good. Nacho, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Nacho.
Hey, you're welcome.
Thanks for
It's a
writing that
pleasure.
letter to all
Hey,
those asshole parents.
We got plenty more material for another time.
Oh, I can't
Plenty
wait
more
to have
for
the
another
next
time.
one.
It's
Yes,
never
absolutely.
enough. It's never enough.
Hey, we can be heard on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and all their platforms where you get your podcasts. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for listening. And remember, every day, wake up, try to contribute in a positive way. Even if there's negative all around you, don't succumb to it. Smile, laugh, be a good person, help, don't hurt. Most of all, don't be a dick.
Yesterday.